Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Johnny, and it's finally Friday, and we have a lot of video game news to cover in today's video. So without further ado, let's get right into the news. The first major news is that we are getting some Mario Strikers Battle League demo. Believe it or not, the first demo that we are actually getting for this game. A lot of people are really hyped for the Mario Strikers games. And if you have Nintendo Switch Online, you will be able to play a tutorial today. I believe that it begins today, June 3rd through June 5th. So through Sunday, I believe it will be the final day that you'll be able to try it out. So I think that's pretty awesome from Nintendo that they're finally allowing us to get a little bit of more information and, letting us play Mario Strikers. I'm really hyped up for this game. I know if a lot of you have played the original one on the GameCube, you're gonna be hyped for this game as well, and we're really nearing the release date for this game, so it's really awesome that Nintendo is doing this and allowing people to try it out if they never played it. But it's definitely one of my favorite GameCube games that I used to play back in the day. So awesome news from Nintendo. I really do appreciate it. The next major news is pretty awesome. Believe it or not, State of Play for PlayStation actually gave us a lot of new information about video games that are going to be releasing. For example, Resident Evil 4 Remake is going to be something that is going to be releasing next year, and they showed us a little bit on how the game is actually going to be looking. And they're going to go for a more horror approach for Resident Evil 4's remake. Now, Resident Evil 4 is definitely one of the best games of all time, so I hope they don't really switch it up too much. But from the trailer, I was pretty hyped about it. They mentioned a lot of stuff that it's going to have VR content, so maybe we get to play the whole storyline in VR. And they're also mentioning that there will be an update for Resident Evil 8 Village in VR, so for that is really awesome. Now, at this moment, it's only confirmed for the PlayStation 2, PlayStation VR 2, not PlayStation 2. But they showed us a lot of gameplay footage, so it looks like the graphics got a major overhaul in the Resident Evil 4 game. So I'm very curious how it's going to be. They're going to change a couple of things, apparently, so it's not going to be 100%. It's going to be their own take. But if they do it similar to Resident Evil 2's remake, I think they will do an extremely awesome job. If Capcom leaves it like a little bit like the original with new extra features and new stuff maybe added onto it, it will be a major success. And they showed us a lot of footage, believe it or not. So I was really surprised with the footage that they showed us. So yeah, definitely hyped up for that game. But that wasn't the only news as well. We actually got another trailer from Final Fantasy. I know that you guys are probably wondering what the heck, why haven't we gotten too much Final Fantasy news? Now, I'm not a Final Fantasy expert, but from looking at the trailer, it seems like the gameplay looks a little bit different. As you guys can see, it looks more like the traditional gameplay rather than Final Fantasy 15, or a mix between both of them. As you guys can see in the gameplay footage, they were showing something about the Titans that look really exciting to me. But either way, I'm personally going to pick up this game. It looks like they're headed in the right direction. The graphics look really good. Everything looks really good. I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 15, so Final Fantasy 16 is definitely going to be hype for me, even though it looks like a really different game from the previous one that we got. But, that's how Final Fantasy games have been in the past, so I'm really excited for that. We got more footage of that. I wish we would have gotten a bit of footage of Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2 or Episode 2. I wanted to see that, but unfortunately we did not get any footage, so who knows. Another one that really made a surprise was Street Fighter 6, I believe. Now, Street Fighter 6 is definitely looking a bit different. Like, from what they shown in the trailer, it looks like you're going to go around in the world with your character, and you're going to be able to do, like, quests or explore the city. So, that was a bit weird. It's not really traditionally the same, which I definitely think it's a really awesome thing. I'm tired of seeing games just giving you cutscenes, so giving you the opportunity to explore the city, I thought that was pretty dope. You're still going to have the same old battling style where it goes into a cutscene, into a fighting style. So I think it's not necessarily a bad thing that they are doing that. So for me, in my opinion, I think they did a pretty awesome job with this. The Street Fighter 6 looks phenomenal. I'm probably gonna be picking this game up as well, because I was impressed by the trailer. So yeah, hopefully you can roam around in the city, and you can also get your traditional fights. So it's not gonna be too it's not gonna steer away from what the game actually is and the Street Fighter that we know and love. So I definitely like it. As you guys can see, this image right here, it shows you that it's built for the modern era. So I'm really excited for that as well. They showed some other indie games as well, Stray and some other games as well that you might enjoy. But another major announcement is that Marvel Spider-Man remastered version from the PS5 is coming to PC. This was major news, believe it or not. A lot of people were saying, oh, Spider-Man is never gonna come to PC or stuff like that, which even to my knowledge, I wouldn't have thought that would have happened, but Spider-Man is coming to PC. I think that is really awesome. It's going to give a lot of people the opportunity to play it if they haven't gotten a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 5. So Spider-Man is coming to PC. They didn't really announce Miles Morales. It would make sense they wouldn't announce Miles Morales. But Miles Morales, in my opinion, was kind of like a DLC game, in my opinion. I didn't really feel like it was a full game. But maybe in the future, they're going to release Miles Morales as well on PC. But either way, if you haven't gotten to play Spider-Man, it's definitely going to be coming to PC. Other highlights from it was No Man's Sky VR2 for the PlayStation is being in development. So I don't know. I played the VR version of it. It's pretty cool. But they're just supporting the PlayStation VR too. Then The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution has been announced for the VR as well. It kind of looked really good. So I think that is going to be a pretty awesome game. Alright, and we also got some gameplay trailer revealed for Horizon Call of the Mountain. It looks really awesome. The graphics look amazing. And I just like the way it does. The best indie game from the state of play that I really liked of the gameplay was The Stray. I really thought it was pretty cool. They also announced the game, the Callisto Protocol. It kind of feels like Dead Space in my opinion. I don't know. It kind of does feel like Dead Space. If you saw the gameplay footage, it feels like a Dead Space game. I'm not saying it's Dead Space, but it definitely feels like a Dead Space game. It definitely looks interesting. It will be coming out for PS4 and PS5. So I don't know if it's a PlayStation exclusive or not, but I gotta say, I was impressed with the game. Like I said, it does look like Dead Space in my opinion. So it's definitely something that you might want to pick up if you go and actually buy this game, because it looked like Dead Space to me, in my opinion. But that's not a bad thing. The game looks like it's going to be promising. So those were some of the major state of play news for PlayStation. I think they did a phenomenal job. Okay, some of you may know me as the creator of Dead Space. So actually, it is the creator of Dead Space, actually. So the original creator who made Dead Space is actually the one developing this game as I'm reading the article. So that's why you see the resemblance in the game. But hey, that's really awesome. So I was right. It did look like Dead Space because it is the original creator of Dead Space that's making this game. So that is super hype. I think they're going to do an amazing job with this game. I'm definitely going to be picking that up as well. Dead Space was a lot of fun. So I definitely am for this. Another major news that we got today is that IGN has gotten the footage of the combat gameplay for Sonic Frontiers. We are getting more Sonic news today. Believe it or not, they released a new video trailer that showcases the Sonic combat. So basically all the combat that is in Sonic, they show you how it's going to work, how you're going to be battling enemies in the game. And I have to say that it looks amazing. Like, this is actually something that brought a lot of people back to this game, Sonic Frontiers, because they are really hyped for the game, and I gotta say that people were impressed with the gameplay footage. Now, it's not 100% complete. They probably had to do a couple more tinkering to the game, But however, from what I'm seeing in the trailer, it made me even more hyped because the battles just seem different from other Sonic games that I have played in the past. And I think it's going to work really well. We're actually getting like really proper Sonic boss battles, which look really interesting when you're battling them. So I thought that was pretty awesome what they did. They showed gigantic monsters that you can actually battle as well. And I'm really excited for it. I'm not gonna lie, the Sonic Frontiers combat system doesn't look too bad at all. Now, many people are still criticizing, obviously, because it looked like an Unreal Tech demo, but in reality, this game is not complete, so we don't really know the full picture of the game and how it's going to be. There's going to be a lot of more major improvements, I would assume, when the game releases near its release cycle, and we're probably going to see more trailers as well. But what was really impressive was one of the gigantic monsters that you had to beat in the game. Kind of reminded me of Shadow of the Colossus. So I thought that was pretty awesome that they actually included that in the trailer. I wonder if Eggman is going to come out in this game. I'm pretty sure he will. So those battles are going to be way different from what we're used to. Some people are comparing it to Sonic Battle. I personally never played Sonic Battle, so I wouldn't really know how exactly it is. But I mean, it looks pretty interesting for the most part when it comes to the game. I feel like this is going to be a really good Sonic game that people have been wanting for a while. I like the whole aspect of it so far, so I'm really liking the trailers that I see with it. I just hope that they definitely polish it or delay it if they have to add more cool stuff to it. Some people were memeing online on Twitter that they are going to force Sega to make this game 100% good by delaying it just like the movie. So Sonic is going to have to put some high expectations in this game. I mean, considered the fact that other Sonic games look really different from this, I think they're going to do a good job on this. They're trying something out new with a new formula for Sonic, so I don't know. It really looks cool to me. In my opinion, it does. Hopefully they bring back Mega Man at some point because that would be awesome as well. But I'm excited for Sonic, so hopefully Sonic fans will like this game. Yeah, one more thing that I forgot to mention earlier on in the video that I should have read about was that Insomnia Games actually confirmed that Miles Morales will be coming to PC. So Miles Morales will also be coming to PC if you're trying to play that game for the PC. So nobody's really gonna miss out on the Spider-Man games, except for when the next sequel comes out. They're gonna have to wait a couple of years for it to release later on in PC. So I definitely like what Sony is doing, releasing these games on PC so people can try them out, because they are definitely games that are worth to try out. Good news for people who have not been able to get a PlayStation 5. Believe it or not, Sony is ramping up the production for the PlayStation 5, so there should be more inventory this summer for people who haven't been able to buy a PlayStation 5. Now, this is kind of a thing that was logical to happen eventually. This is going to really hurt the business of scalpers, because people are able to obtain the PlayStation 5 more easier now. And as well as graphic cards, the prices are coming down in price because a lot of people are starting to obtain the graphics cards as well for PC. So seeing this happen, it means a lot of people are going to be able to finally have their hands on a PlayStation 5, which is really awesome news for the whole gaming community in general. Now, I don't know if people are still playing Pokemon Unite, but Delphox will be added to Pokemon Unite on June 8th. It has been confirmed by the Pokemon company's creators, and they're going to release Delphox into the game. Now, I think this is really awesome. This game is still getting a lot of support. I think there's still a huge community based out there that is still playing Pokemon Unite. I personally haven't played it again, but hey, just a new update for you guys. New characters are coming into it as well, so I think that is really awesome what they're doing. But yeah, if you still play Pokemon Unite, you'll be able to play as Delphox eventually in the game on June 8th. Major news for the Nintendo 64 emulation community. If you like to play emulators on your PC, a developer by the name of Dario is making an N64 emulator plugin that will probably be working with a lot of N64 emulators, which will bring ray trace lighting, object motion blur, widescreen, DLSS, and 60 plus FPS. Now, this is really awesome because it really shows you a really good amount of detail what it looks like when a game is ray traced and better life improvements on the games. Now this will be available on the emulator. It hasn't released yet, so there's still a lot of work to be done, but I'm really impressed by the footage that I saw. It really does make the Nintendo 64 games really look really good. Like if you're looking at some of the footage, some of these games just look amazing with this mod. Now that is going to be released sometime later in the future. He did mention that not every game is going to be compatible. There will be a list of the games that will work best with this mod, but I'm really excited about it. I definitely like the fact that people are still doing mods for the N64 emulations, and I think it just looks really cool. So I don't know about you guys, but I will definitely be trying this out when it gets released. So that pretty much sums up every gaming major news that we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will try to continue making these news on a daily basis if I have the motivation to do them, but overall these are all the major gaming news that I found of today. Hopefully next week we get more major announcements. I know there's going to be a lot of major announcements for a lot of video games this week. But yeah, make sure to hit that like button, guys. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment in the comment section. Just keep supporting the content on the channel, as I am definitely trying to do this on a daily basis for you guys.